we have a sighting from 7-Footer Island.
Yes.
All right, 7'6", 16-year-old Olivier Rioux. I believe it's Rioux. There he is.
All right.
Why is a Monopoly guy with him? Jeez.
He's just missing a monocle. Let's be honest. Two things. One, that kid is 16 years old and an absolute giant. He's probably been hanging out with the 6'3", 300-pound 9-year-old. And also, how long has he been committed to Purdue?
1, since he was 5 years old. 2, that's the biggest head I've seen on a human, probably throughout the human just existence. And 3, who let him off the island?
Yeah, that's the real question.
So now we're have to put some people in to investigate maybe an inside spy on the island. So, David, you will be questioned. Jake, you will be questioned.
Wait, why am I getting questioned? I'm the one who brought this to light.
Are you getting defensive?
Yeah.
Are you getting defensive?
I want to be excited.
Are you getting defensive? We got to find out. There's
rumors going around on Twitter that I have been letting the 7-footers off the island.
Well, you're sitting there with a top hat and a cane and your American
flag suit and a top hat.
I actually saw that in a dream. That's where that came from.
That's where it came from?
Yes. I had a dream.
I
had a dream. I was pulling up to the dock on 7-Footer Island, and there's like a big gate. It's like Jurassic Park. And Cone, who's also 6'7", has got the American flag top hat with a cane and like an American flag suit that you see like car dealers wear, like Uncle Sam has on, and he just skipping around like there's like kids walking around.
I Willy Wonka'd that.
Yeah, you were Willy Wonka.
I Willy Wonka'd 7-Footer Island.
Yes, that's what I dream about.
And what is very dangerous is now Twitter is memifying your dreams. That's really
great.
That's dangerous.
Great. It's great. Hopefully they don't.
Well, Cone, if you are letting them out, I mean, I had a dream too that you're dead.
Bring you my playbook?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. I have it right here.
Yeah, here we go.
I'll grab that after.
Guys, imagine being 7'6" as a 16-year-old. What do you do? What car did they get you? Congrats, you're 16. Here's a fire truck.
Yeah, you don't need a car. You just step outside your house and you're at the school already. So, you're Godzilla.
You're never tardy.
Can I tell
you never tardy.
Hey, real quick story. I grew up with a buddy who was like, there was always that kid that was bigger than everybody else that was like growing fast. It was like Jack, basically that movie with Robin Williams. He was like 6'2" in the 5th grade. All right, which is, you're basically Shaquille O'Neal. Okay, in everything. Throwing a baseball, the equivalent of 800 miles per hour. It's like you see in the Little League World Series, there's always that like one kid from like Siberia who's like 6'5", and everybody thinks he's really 30 years old, but he's actually really 11. So we had that kid growing up, and I'll never forget, he told me one day at school, he was like, yeah, man, I went to the doctor yesterday, and I remember in 4th or 5th grade, and he's like, they measured my growth plates to see how tall they were. Like my mom and dad were with me, and the doctor came in and goes, well, right now, your son is on pace to be 7 feet tall. And he said the reaction between his father and his mother was complete opposites. His dad was like dancing around the room, like they were about to go get the best basketball goal, and his mom was crying with her head in her hands because you're gonna have a 7-foot kid. Turns out he was 6'4". That's what he ended up being. Only grew 6'4.5", somewhere. Only grew like 2.5 more inches. But just goes to show you how that stuff can be off when they tell you you're gonna be 7 foot. But that dude, at 16 years old, is 7'6". You know, he's so tall and so young that back in the days, like of like the Egyptians and stuff, they'd have just made you a god. You're that tall. That's how tall you are. No reason. You don't have to be able to read hieroglyphs or even be able to put your own sandals on. If you're that tall, they're like, obviously you must have been sent down from somewhere because he ain't one of us. But look, the kid's gonna be a stud.
I mean, I always think of two things. One, the poor woman who he came out of.
How big was he when he was born?
Like,
that's the real question.
Either that or two is, I mean, how did we get him out of the cave? Now, did we bait him with like a cow in the middle of the field? You ever seen Lake
Jurassic Park.
Like Lake Placid him, put him out there until he comes out. He's throwing spears. You know, he's just picking up these guys and throwing them around. I mean, he's 16, and that dude is a giant. Like, that's an alien. Like I don't understand. Like, how we're that big? Like, how are humans that big? Like, I'm 6'4", and I mean, Cone, you're 6'6", and you're a giant. He's 7'6".
He's a foot taller than you, Cone.
He couldn't fit in this. How many cats has this man saved in his life?
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that content. Make sure you subscribe, turn that notification bell on so you know every time that we're going live or we're dropping content. The only place that can bring you back to sports if you left, so come on home.